Okay, so in this video what I'm going to be doing is showing how to remove or to end up with like a skinny version of Windows 10, because at the moment I'm running the LTSB evaluation version, and when you click on the window icon you don't get those annoying squares showing up. But the only problem with this is that there's a lot of things that have been removed from it and you actually can't add them. Well, you can add them back, but it's very difficult. So it's actually easier starting out with a version which actually has more installed in it, and then removing just the ones you want, the things that you want, but being able to keep the other items. But the all important thing, of course, is getting rid of this square that shows up on a normal version of Windows 10. Right, so to start off, the first thing you have to try and get hold of is a tool which is called MSMG. And what I've noticed is that they haven't made it the easiest thing in the world, because if you try and do a search for it, which is a shorter way of writing this DuckDuckGo. If you do a search for MSMG, yes, you have to watch out. So basically you'll see certain results, like I think the one you have to watch out for is, I don't know where it is, there's a certain that's right, yeah, see where it says My Digital Life. So basically avoid that one, because what you'll find is when you go there, they'll make it so that you have to actually sign up in order to read the posts. So after you do the search, the one that you're looking for is actually the Reddit one. So make sure it's reddit.com, because if you click on that one, it actually has the proper link. Right, and he has some basic instructions here as well of how you use it. And because you see the MSMG, the first link, see it's My Digital Life, but then basically if you go there, so you go there thinking, yeah, I'm gonna be able to download it, just, go there, but then what you'll find is it keeps saying that you need to log in. So basically My Digital Life is a waste of time. So you have to just click on the mirror, and when you go to the mirror, you get this funny cloud thing appears. And you wait a bit, and then basically you see these and what you're after is this one, which is toolkit 8.8 7-zip. So you have to get a copy of the 7-zip to unzip it. And the way you get that is just go into just go to 7zip.org, and I'm on 64-bit, so I'll just download the 64-bit version. But basically I've already done all this part, so that's just to show you where to get hold of it. And once you have, you then just have to extract it. But actually, I just realized, no, because what happened is I did a test run, and I forgot that I wiped the image. So actually, I had 7-zip on the previous snapshot, but of course it's gone now. Yeah, so basically save that, and just run it. And yeah, it doesn't have a developer because they didn't want to pay for the certificate. So just install that. So make sure you get it from 7-zip.org, the official site. As long as it's the official one, you'll be okay. And so once you have that, then you download the toolkit from that link from the Reddit site, the cloud, at that cloud website. And you just basically just extract here. Okay, so now that you've got everything extracted, basically what you do next is basically whichever Windows 10 that you want to remove the sort of applications and packages from. If you're in Windows 10 itself, to do it, you can just double click on it. If you're in the older version of Windows, then you'll have to you have to get a program which can open, or actually 7-zip can open it as well, but because I'm on Windows 10, it can actually open it anywhere. And so what you do next is you, I was just going to say I should have unzipped it inside another directory, but I ended up, but it doesn't make any difference how you do it, as long as you can see these certain files and you can run them. So now you got this DVD directory, so you just open that, and then basically you just copy all the files from the DVD that you want to remove the packages from into there. Speed didn't matter. Right, so the file's copied. And so well, you can eject now just so it isn't, you can anyway, because what happens if you try and delete this sort of directory afterwards without unmounting the disk, it won't delete. So anyway, now what you do is you before you do this, another thing you have to do is I've created this file because there's one step in here where well actually what I'll do is I'll go through it and I'll show you what you have to do when you get to that part. So basically next stage is you now have to this toolkit, and don't worry, it's not actually an executable, it's actually a batch file. So if you just right click on it and just run as administrator, and basically it'll just run in the PowerShell. So you just have to accept that. Right, so now the first thing you have to do is to choose the source. So you press 1 for that, and so 1 again to choose basically where the files, those files from the DVD were copied. And you notice what it says is it's oh yeah, I forgot about that. There's just one problem, is that so that's one thing you mustn't do, and that is you must make sure there isn't a space in the name of whatever directory you're using to store the files in. So it has to be no spaces at all in the whole path, because for some reason it just doesn't work. I suppose the programmer doesn't know the meaning of quotes. So there's 1 to choose a source, and 1 to read from DVD. And so this is the one that I've got, so I just press 1. And basically, the best thing is just mount everything, because that's what I did last time and it worked. Okay, so that's finished. Some of this might jump there because I might have cut some of it out. But basically, when it starts from 0 and goes to 100, nothing happens in between apart from the numbers going up. Alright, so we've done the source part. Sometimes you might have an image where when you try and do that source, it gives you a message saying that it's in ESD format. And if you ever get that, then you just have to click on 2. But basically, I don't have to do that because it didn't give me the error. So you don't need 3 because I think that's just if you want to add anything to the image, which I don't really want to. So now for the important bit, and this is the reason why I've gone to all the trouble of doing this, and that's for number 4. And the main thing that I know that most people want to get rid of is, of course, definitely those Metro apps. Because that's like the killer thing, that if only those Metro apps weren't there, then people say that Windows 8 and 10 would be nice to use. So finally we get the chance to press number 1. And of course, when you look through all these Metro apps, there's not a single one that you want. So of course, but here's something which is important, is that if you want to, there's certain things if you want to install, like the Windows subsystem for GNU, you actually need the store. So because I actually want to have that, what I'm going to remove is basically all apps except the store app, because apparently once that store app goes, you're in trouble. So I'll press 6. Just a Y for yes, and now it goes through the process of finally getting rid of all those Metro apps, so you can actually end up with a normal operating system. Okay, so finally all those Metro apps have gone, so celebration, and we can move on. So now the other thing to do is, now we come to the part relating to this file that I created. Basically, it's a text file, and if you look inside, it just has some file names. Thing about it is, I don't think all of these packages are included, but they basically it doesn't come with an error even if the file isn't there when it tries to look for it. But this is just a list of the sort of packages that you want removed, and this is file that it's asking for. So basically, when you press number 4, see there's the option to remove Windows components, and thing about it is when you press 3 to go into there, you notice that there's some things which you probably actually want, and even in the advanced components. So it's not usually a good idea to remove all of these items, because these items, they're not the annoying one. So what I do is I basically use the option where it says remove Windows components using package list. And so if you press number 4, see, it explains about the format of the options in the list. And so this is a file that I've sort of edited, but it didn't really remove that much. But what you do is, basically, inside where it says, you go into where the MSMG was unpacked and go into packs, and you'll notice that there's a file already there called remove pkgs.list. And when you go in there, the file's basically empty. So the easiest thing to do is just get the files from here, just copy it, and just paste it in, and then what will happen is then when you press Y here, it will just try and remove whatever's in that list, and if the package isn't there, it will just skip past it and go to the next one. So yes, that doesn't do. That doesn't exist either. Interesting enough, one of the packages did, or some of them did exist on the other Windows 10 image, but for some reason this Enterprise one, they're not there. Unless the names are different, because sometimes that happens. So if they change the names, what you have to do is you have to get a list of what they are. So I might check that later, but for now, if it doesn't find anything, I'll just leave it, because these packages aren't so bad. Alright, yeah, probably the names are wrong, so I'll explain that in another video, what I mean when I'm saying the names are wrong. So I'll just continue from there, and then the next thing you have to do is, we've removed all of those Metro apps, so when you do that, you then also have to press 5, and then you have to do 3 to remove the default Metro apps association, because of course the apps are all gone, so you want to make sure that this XML file is gone as well. Right, so that's been removed. So now, yeah, that's it. So basically, that's the removal's finished, and now all we need to do is just press 6, apply it, and then what you want to do is just press 2 to apply and save changes. Alright, so that's finished. So it's applied all the changes, so just press a key. And now the strange part is you now just have to press 6 again, and you end up with a different menu. So now you just press 1, and then this will rebuild source images, whatever that means. Right, so that's done. And we press a key, and so we're finally ringing. To get that, basically to get the onto the boot media. So if you press 7, and then choose whichever one you want to do. Easiest one I find is just make a DVD ISO, because then you can use something like Rufus to burn it later, rather than doing it directly from here. So if you just press 1, So I'll give it a label. And so now it's create the DVD. Right, so that's done. So just before we quit, make sure that the image is there. So we're going to go to ISO. And there it is. So there's the DVD image that's been created. So you can just press X to quit. And that's it. So that's exited. And just to show you how impressive this MSMG is, you probably think it's some fancy bit of code someone's written, but if you can actually edit it. And if you open it up, all it is just a load of script basically. So it's just a load of text that someone's written or some people have written. And that's it. So it's not going to, well, could download a virus, but this script itself isn't a virus, so it's pretty safe to use since it only uses the built-in Microsoft commands to actually do all the work. Because you could actually do all this by hand if you wanted to, but all the script does, it just saves the time. Okay, so thanks for watching this video, and hopefully what I've shown you here can be of some use to someone. Okay, thanks, bye.